Yoga rock and roll.
All right, yogi friends. So we are going to have a very brisk practice today. I'm here with my yogi friends, and we are celebrating Kat's birthday. Happy birthday, Kat! And we are hiking in Jim Thorpe today. It is New Year's Eve, so I hope that you enjoy this hopefully warming practice. All right, are you ready, ladies? All right, let's get centered. We're just going to come into mountain pose. And we're just going to get grounded down into the earth and take in a nice deep breath. And I'll tell you what, let's bring our hands together and rub them really fast. Get warmed up. Nice. Now bring those hands to heart center. Place one hand over the other. Take in that warmth. Nice. Feel that energy from the earth coming up from the soles of the feet, moving all the way up to the crown of the head. One more deep breath and sigh it out with vigor. All right, let's get moving, ladies. All right, we're just going to start with a series of sun salutations. So because we're just getting warmed up, let's take those arms overhead to high mountain, bend the knees, and come down to forward fold. Standing up, maybe with knees bent. Take a half lift and lower, and then come down for a chaturanga, or you can come up into cobra or up dog, whatever serves you today, and push back and up to down dog. Take those piggies for a walk to the front of the mat. Take a half lift and lower and rise all the way up, bringing the hands together and down to heart center. Take the arms down and around and up and lower it all down. Take a half lift and lower and jump or step to the back of your mat and lower down for chaturanga. We got a nice warm up with our walk already, and push back to down dog, but we need to move other parts of our body. Walk or hop to the front of the mat, lift halfway and lower, and rise all the way up to high mountain. Hands together, heart center, arms down and around and up, and forward fold. Half lift and hop or step to the back and lower for chaturanga. Taking a lift up and pushing it back. All right, let's just catch our breath here. Loosen up the head. Although my head is already loosened from looking at all the scenery. Nice. Let's take a walk to the front of the mat. And we're just going to gently roll up. And I'm going to face the camera just so people can see what I'm doing. Take those hands up to the sky. Come into high mountain. Bring the hands together, and we're going to lift up out of our bodies and take a bend to the side, the right side. warming up that side body. And lift up to neutral and take it to the other side. And lift up. And this time we're going to lower those hands down and we're going to bring the hands behind us, coming into a reverse prayer. So this is what this will look like. And taking the legs out to the sides, we're going to take a bend over, hinging at the hips. And if you want to come all the way over, that's fine too. And rise up using that core strength. Nice. And we're going to take those arms out long and we're going to come into our warrior feet and come into warrior two on the right side. So I like to move with my yoga practice, and since it's cold and we want to get a little more warmth, we're going to do some up and down, kind of like on a merry-go-round, up and down. And we're going to do that a few more times. Up and down and up and down and up and down, and hold it there. See if you can sink deeper into that warrior two. Flip that right hand over and we're coming into reverse warrior. Reaching up to the sky with that right hand. And then coming over into side angle. I'm glad I kept my socks on. And if you want to go a little deeper into that stretch, drop that right hand, touching the fingers to the ground, stretching from fingertip to fingertip. And bring it back up. And then we're going to cartwheel those hands down to the ground to frame the foot. Take that foot back and lower down for chaturanga. Lifting up and pushing back. Nice. Take a walk to the front of the mat. Roll it up. And since I lost my place, which can happen, right? We're spontaneous today. All right, we're going to come into a warrior two on the other side. And we're going to do our up and down here on this side, taking it up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And see if you can sink deeper into that warrior two. Gazing out past that middle finger, feeling strong. This is one of my favorite poses. I always feel so powerful here. And then flip that hand over and we're coming into reverse warrior. Reach down that back leg while stretching up to the sky. And then take it over to side angle. Ooh, I always get dizzy when I look up at the sky. It's so big. And if you want to go a little deeper, reach those fingertips down to the ground, getting a stretch from middle finger to middle finger. And rise back up to warrior two. And cartwheel it down to the other side, coming for chaturanga. pushing up and back. This time we're going to float that right foot up to the sky, hold it there, and then we're going to bend that knee and bring it all the way to our nose. And send it back up for three-legged dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Knee to nose, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, three-legged dog. And then we're going to take that leg all the way through to place the foot between the hands. And come up for warrior one. Let's bend those elbows, coming into cactus arms, shining that heart to the sky. And reach back up and fold over, coming in for our vinyasa flow. Lowering down, pushing up, and bring it on back to down dog. Float that left foot up to the sky. And then bend that knee, bringing knee to nose. Send it back to the sky. Knee to nose. Back up. Knee to nose. And then bring that foot all the way through between the hands. Drop that back heel and come on up for warrior one. Bend the arms into cactus arms. And raise those hands to the sky and lower it down for chaturanga. And we'll all meet in down dog. Let's float that right foot up to the sky and bring it all the way through. Just set it down. We're going to come up to a warrior one stance, but then we're going to straighten that front leg and we're going to hinge at the hips and come on over, bending forward at your own pace, dropping those hands to the mat. Come into flat back and take a breath in, and then on your out breath, bend a little deeper. Bend that knee, come up into warrior one, and then float those hands down behind your back, clasping the hands behind you, sending the knuckles towards the ground. We're getting in a nice shoulder stretch, shining that heart to the sky. Grab a nice breath, and then we're going to fold over that leg, sending the knuckles up to the sky. Maybe even dropping the knuckles over your head. Using your core strength, lift up. Raise those hands up to the sky. And rain those fingers down to frame the foot and do your vinyasa flow. And we'll come back to down dog. Float that left foot up to the sky and bring that leg all the way through to set the left foot between the hands. We'll rise up to warrior one. Straighten that front leg and nice and easy forward fold over that leg. Bringing your fingertips to the ground. Take a half lift and a sip of breath and see how deep you can get into that stretch. Bend that front knee. Come up to warrior one. Float those hands back behind you. Clasp them. Pull the knuckles down. Shine that heart forward. And then we're going to hinge at the hips, taking the knuckles to the sky as we drop down over that front knee. And using your core strength, bring it on up. Bringing those hands through on up to the sky and rain it all down into your vinyasa flow. And push it back to down dog. Nice. We're going to walk those hands back to our feet. We're going to roll ourselves up one vertebra at a time. And we're going to do some balancing. So I'll stand here so you can see. So we're going to take those hands up overhead, bring them together, and down to heart center. And we're going to raise that right knee in front of us. Maybe flex the foot, point it, flex, and point. And then we're going to take that foot and maybe come into a tree pose. And you can either kickstand it, keeping your foot down at the ankle, or mid-calf, or all the way up to the thigh. Maybe with a little encouragement. I'm standing on rocks here. Is it happening today? It's okay. It's good. It's good. All right. Then bring that leg forward, and we're going to gently take that leg back behind us, coming into a high lunge. And from that high lunge, we're going to do a twist. So we have that right leg back, left leg front, and we're going to reach that right hand forward and send the left hand back, coming into a twist. Nice. And then we're going to windmill those hands. Right hand goes up as the left hand sweeps down. Coming into our warrior one pose. And bring it all down. And lower down for chaturanga. Nice. Come back to down dog. Walk those hands back again. Roll it up. Hands come up to the sky and come together. Bring them to heart center. Now let's take the left leg, bending it, and flexing and pointing that foot. Nice. And then coming into tree pose. Bring it around front. Send that leg back. And I guess there's no mat to put. And we're going to come into our high lunge. Take that left hand in front, right hand goes back, coming into a twist. And then we're going to windmill it all back to warrior one and bring it on down. Coming into plank and lowering down for chaturanga. And push up and back to down dog. Let's walk to the middle of the mat. And we're going to place our hands, you guys have shoes on. We aren't going to do that. Roll up. I was going to say, let's stand on our hands. Roll up. Come into low mountain. This is going to go down in the memory book. All right. You know what? Let's do this. Let's take those arms down and around and to the side, and we're going to wrap it around ourselves, tucking the chin in, pulling on the shoulders. And then we're going to take those arms up to the sky, bring them back down and around, and wrap around opposite way. Dropping those arms down and up to the sky. We're going to drop that right arm behind us and grab that right elbow with the left hand, encouraging that arm to go down and back. We're going for optimal warm-up here from top to bottom. Now, if you want to go for the bind, you could do that, floating the left hand down, grabbing the right hand. And release it. Arms up to the sky, and this time pulling the left elbow with the right hand. And again, option to bind, swimming that right hand behind, reaching, and grabbing the other hand. And release it. We're going to come into a straddle pose, standing straddle, taking those arms out to the side and halfway down as we are straddling. We're also going to take the feet, the toes are going straight, and so the heels, the toes should be right in front of the heels. And we're going to take a twist toward the left and send those right fingers sweeping down, just grazing the mat. And let's sweep the other way. Bring that hand back down to the center. Now flip those feet, toes pointing out, and we're going to come on down into Malasana. Bringing hands to heart center. And if you want a little extra shoulder stretch, we can do a bind here. So swim that right arm with the tricep against the knee. Bring that hand around and send the left hand around the other side to meet the right hand. And release it. Let's switch sides. There's a lot of cracking going on here. And release it. Coming back to center. And let's take this all the way up. And hands float back down. Let's heel toe those toes. The feet are right under the hips. Let's do one more deep breath. Up into high mountain. Hands come together. Down to heart center. And because we're trying to stay warm, we will finish out our practice today in this standing posture. Suzanne, do you want to lead us in a chant?
We're going to go through the different chakras, and we're going to start down at the root, the Muladhara chakra, and the sound is lum. So inhale through the nose, exhale to the sound of lum. Swadhisthana. The sound is Vam. Inhale through the nose. Exhale to the sound of Vam. Moving up to your solar plexus. The sound is Ram. Inhale through the nose. Exhale to the sound of Ram. Moving up to the heart. Sound is Yum. Inhale through the nose. Exhale to the sound of Yum. To the sound of hum. Bringing it up to the third eye, the sound is om. Inhale through the nose. Exhale to the sound of om. Chakra at the top of your head is connecting you to the universe. Is also the sound of Om. Inhale through the nose. Exhale to the sound of Om.
Thank you for joining us for this very different practice today. Thank you, ladies, for indulging me. And I wish you a happy new year and that all of your goals come to fruition. From my heart to yours, from our heart to yours. Namaste.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you.